So this one was a doozy. I read it on Yahoo Sports. It was reported by Jeff Passan. This was something else, but this is how I feel it's going to be after the CBA is up, after the 2026 season. But man, when I read this, I was like, wow. This is one hell of a post.
I'm like, finally someone did something.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FTV podcast. I'm your host, Chris Negulic, alongside my co-host, Dom Savino, where we will be discussing the week that was. The Jets and Giants began training camp last Tuesday, while NBA free agency has cooled down from trades and free agent signings. The Yankees did not listen to Dom last week and instead went 2-4 with a couple of trades, while the Mets went undefeated on the week. Do both New York teams need more help at the trade deadline, or are they all set? Stay tuned to find out as we give our trade deadline predictions. Now, please, take a seat. Let's talk. Dom, how are you?
Good. I'm very good. How about you? How was your
I'm all right.
weekend? Everyone knows what I did over the weekend already, so why don't we just go with you?
Okay. I assumed you worked. No?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, figured as much. I mean, that's pretty standard. I just wanted to lower this. Sound a little too loud for my liking. So yeah, no, I had a good weekend. But Saturday was very interesting. Tried to play golf at Split Rock with my cousin. Terrible experience. Probably the worst experience I ever had playing golf. It wasn't that I didn't play well, and Dom's been waiting for the reason why it wasn't a good experience. I told him I'd wait to tell him until the pod started. It wasn't that I didn't play well. It wasn't that I didn't have the right golf partners, right? We had two other guys that we didn't know, never met before, play with us. It was that nobody told us that when we showed up there, we were going to have to be Indiana Jones fighting off bugs. There was a mosquito problem. I got bit.
Makes sense, though.
Almost anywhere you can imagine. And they said, you're going to start on the back nine. I said, well, that's interesting. Why would you start on the back nine? Well, turns out the front nine is just a bug fest. And told my cousin, I said, you do a chargeback. We're not paying this round. This is pathetic. So they decided to move everyone to the front nine over the summers because they realized, they found out that, people only play 3 holes, and then they complain and they go, we want our money back because we can't keep playing. So out of my control, a bug issue. So terrible Saturday. Friday I watched Happy Gilmore 2. Dom, you got to see it. It's a great movie.
Was it actually good?
Well, yeah, I mean, on Netflix, yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's worth it. I'm just
sounds
saying.
good to me.
Yeah. Saturday was whatever, and then Sunday was nice. The rest of the day on Saturday was good, but other than that issue, Saturday morning, we got out very early, right? 5:54 tea time. Some just want it more. That's all. So it was a good time. Can't complain. And you had a nice weekend. Work was good?
Yeah, I was busy. I like money.
Don't blame me. So do I. All right. So we're gonna now go into the NFL. Training camp has begun. Finally, another sport to talk about. Just how we like it. Training camp was great. Dom, I'm gonna let you go first here with the Giants. And I even have some things written down on the Giants as well. But me and Dom, we do our nice little warm-up discussion before we get on here, what we have written down, what we're going to talk about. But, Dom, you can go first with the Giants. What did you see, read, hear, murmur, all the above from the Giants training camp this past week?
First thing off the bat, the first day, they named Russell Wilson the starter. Thank God they actually did it now instead of, like, the end of training camp Like there would be a bunch of media noise if they didn't say it straight off the bat. Oh, why didn't they say anything yet? It should be pretty obvious. Is it something that we don't know? This, that, and the third. No, like, thank God, like they did this right. So now, like, Jackson Dart can just do his thing. Russell Wilson, he doesn't have to feel weird or awkward or whatever. He can just do what he does. So straight off the bat, that's great. The first day, though, everyone was going crazy on Twitter about Jackson Dart because the first pass that he threw was a pick six. By the way, this is training camp. This is training camp. He's a rookie. It's his first snap in an NFL training camp. Oh, well. Like, why? Like, everyone on the internet is going crazy. Oh, typical Giants. Football is not going to be good. Just saying all the negative things. But that's the thing about it, being a Giants fan, especially browsing the internet, it's all negative. There's nothing positive. Ever. Like, he had a bad day. It was very rough, like, the whole time. He did, like, throw some touchdowns in red zone situations and everything the first day. But then the next days after that, he did great. But obviously no one talks about that. No one in the media is talking about it at all. He said himself that the game's starting to slow down for him. Already? That sounds pretty great to me. And now the fact that he doesn't have to worry about anything else just besides throwing the ball in training camp, that's fantastic. So that's on Jackson Dart. With Abdul Carter, he looks like the second coming of LT. These moves that he's doing are just ridiculous.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down. You just said it's training camp.
Yeah, I know. But I gotta say, I don't like how the offensive line is looking because he's making these dudes look like that they never played football before. JMS, John Michael Schmidt, it looks like he just started playing football yesterday. That's how bad he's making these dudes look. That's number one. But obviously, it's training camp. It's very exciting. I don't put so much noise on training camp because the Giants look like a Super Bowl team in training camp every goddamn year. And the past few years, they've been the worst team in football. So, to me, this stuff does not matter as much. Just get your reps. I'm not hyping up anything. Oh, he looks like a beast or he looks bad, so that means he's going to be good or bad once the season starts or all year. No, that's not who I am. I hate like analysts and reporters who do all this stuff and like predicting already that they're going to be a terrible football player when it comes to the season. I don't do that. So I got to put that out there. But also, Evan Neal, he does look better. Evan Neal looks better.
That's your guy, Dom. That's your guy. Your guy, Evan Neal.
First of all, he's not my guy, number one. Number two, like I said, I just don't think he was quick enough to get around bends and cut corners. And he did play both at Alabama. He split like both times, but like the last year of his college season, he mostly played tackle. So I guess they're like, all right, let's get him for tackle. Clearly, that didn't work out. I'm just hoping that it can be like a Mekhi Becton situation when he went to Philly last year, where he did improve. He did improve when he got moved to guard.
Thank God you said that part.
I don't know how much better that he improved, but he did improve. We just need a little.
Talking about the Mekhi Becton from the Jets. I was like, hold on a minute.
No,
then you said the Eagles. I was like, okay, all right.
We got to relax here. We got to relax.
Go ahead, continue.
And furthermore, Wan'Dale Robinson's keep colliding into people, which is not good. He banged his leg last training camp, and then the other day he collided with Brian Burns. They both left after that, but they were okay. And now Wan'Dale's still banged up now because he just banged his leg again. So, I mean, it's nothing serious, but still, the dude's like 5'8", 5'9". So he's got to be careful. But yeah, I mean, everything looks good.
Okay.
But like I said, it's training camp.
Yeah. It's the beginning. It's the first week. You can't expect perfection. You're excited again we've been saying this, constantly every week. We're excited to see training camp start, right? It's like the rebirth of the season. You feel good, you feel optimistic. And some guys are going to have good days, some guys are going to have bad days. That's just how training camp goes. The whole Jackson Dart blow up of his first interception on the first throw. Guys, get over it. He's a young kid. He just got drafted. Give him a minute to take a breath. So that was nuts. Dom, do you have anything else to share about Giants training camp?
I mean, obviously that Darius Slayton one-handed catch is pretty impressive.
It was.
Also, Jalen Hyatt is getting some reps. He's getting some good reps. Like I said in the past episodes, that we're gonna need him. I'm just assuming. Obviously, I don't know any inside information or anything, but when he came out of Tennessee, he looked incredible. I'm even surprised that he even went all the way down to the third round. It was just like projecting, we can only run go routes. He doesn't really have a good route tree. But people have said ever since he entered the league that he's probably one of the fastest dudes in the NFL. He don't look like it, but it's like a tall, lengthy guy who has like big strides.
Yes.
He don't look like it, but
Yes.
everyone says that he looks like one of the fastest dudes in the NFL. And now we have someone, well, technically two quarterbacks, but obviously one could be on the field, that they can both throw the deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
We got to use them. Mm-hmm. Once the season starts, I'm sorry, we're going to have to limit somebody, but we're going to have to use them.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a good point. Now, talking about the Jets. So there are some takeaways. I have a lot written down here. I'm going to, I had it fully written down so I don't regurgitate. I don't ramble. I want to try to keep this clear and concise. So let me just start off with Justin Fields is going to be okay, but I got to tell you, the insanity that ensued last Thursday with him hurting they were like, he's carted off the field. You would have thought this guy was like dead the way that everybody was acting. It was a dislocated toe. It wasn't an ACL. It wasn't an Achilles. Okay. It wasn't even a hamstring. It was a toe. Carted off. Everyone's like, we can't have anything nice. This is insane. Some people were constantly tweeting, now the hardest job in America is being a quarterback for the Jets. It's the hardest job in America. When you don't know what the severity of the injury is, it's easy for you to agree and say, yep, I guess so. With all of the recent QB injury history that has transpired with the Jets, history and front office and the position. It's crazy. Front office tries to put a guy in, he gets hurt. Tries to go and get another guy, puts him in, gets hurt. It's just crazy. But Justin Fields, dislocated toe. He came back. They worked him back slowly last week towards the end of the week and the weekend. Today, he was a full go for 11v11. What I will say is this guy still needs to make better throws. I know Arian Smith dropped the ball this morning, but folks, the ball was behind him. It should have been in front of him. So I'm not going to, I know I said, the last couple of weeks, Arian Smith is one of the guys I was looking forward to watching in camp. He needs to fix his drop ball issue, but this isn't part of his drop ball issue. Justin Fields just didn't throw well. So he's got to do it. He's got to do a better job. That's for sure. Will McDonald looks great. He looks very good. He got past Armand Membu. That spin move is lethal, and he needs to use that as frequent as he breathes. He needs to use that spin move, that patented spin move that he came out of Iowa State, and he just looks very strong right now. Again, early, only been a week in a training camp. It'll be a week tomorrow officially. But Armand Membu's learning. He's learning the ropes fairly quickly, and he's smart. He got outplayed by Will McDonald. He goes and asks him, hey, what do I do better? So that's great. That's a great rookie mentality. Garrett Wilson's Garrett Wilson. He Randy Moss, his teammate Brandon Stevens. This catch was insane.
That was crazy.
Dom, you said it. He's versatile. He moves around. He's got a quick twitch. Him and Malik Neighbors. I mean, I think Malik Neighbors is going to be a top 5 wide receiver at some point. I mean, his release off the cornerback, both of these guys, Malik Neighbors and Garrett Wilson, are just top tier performance from these guys. I mean, it's so nice to see. And it's great for both New York teams to have a number one wide receiver. And I know it's a little early. I know Garrett Wilson's been in the league for a couple of years more than Malik Neighbors, but I'm sorry, I already know Malik Neighbors is the number one wide receiver. Ahmad Gardner, I'm not calling him Sauce, so folks who are listening, get used to it. Ahmad Gardner, he looks good. He does. He signed that big contract. Like those 3 big things he's got to work on is tackling, traveling with wide receivers for both sides of the field, and catching the ball and actually, recording interceptions. The Wilson versus Ahmad Gardner battle continues to be a sight to see. They do a great job. I think they both, it's iron sharpening iron, as they like to say, and it's a sight to see. It gets better every single day. It was good last year. It was good 2 years ago when they had Hard Knocks with that whole saga of Aaron Rodgers. Glad that's behind us. But that was nice to see. Tyrod Taylor looks like a true veteran. He does. He makes the right reads. He makes the right passes. He knows when to throw it away. For this past week that I was seeing him, there weren't many clips, but for the few that I did see, it was nice to see him perform. Aaron Glenn likes Malachi Moore. This guy was a 4th-round pick, pick 130 out of Alabama. He made some nice plays. Aaron Glenn expects him to be a real threat at the safety position, so he likes him a lot. He's high on him. Get this one, Dom. Harrison Mevis. He's a kicker out of Missouri. His nickname is Thicker Kicker. I mean, dude, slap a big number on him, and he went 3 for 3 in kicks this morning.
He should be number 99.
That's what people are saying. 0 or 99?
Not 0.
Nah, not 0. 99. I like 99. Someone said 69. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Of course.
I was like, someone's always going to throw that out there, just for jokes. This is where now it gets interesting. So that was nice, right? Great nickname for that kicker. He looks good. 3 for 3 this morning. Here's where this is going to be intriguing for all of training camp and preseason going into the season. Braylon Allen looks great. He's 21. He turned 21 January of this year. This kid looks insane. He had a one-handed catch on 7v7 drills. Looks explosive coming out of the backfield. I mean, he just looks like an absolute brick house. But Bryce Hall does not look good. He does not look good right now. Dom, I don't know if you saw any of his clips recently. He had a drop in individual drills. He fumbled a run up the middle, and he's been getting stopped. Now, granted, the Jets have good defenders. They have good players. Don't get me wrong. Okay, he got stopped by Quincy Williams. All right, so that's a good player, obviously. Okay, Pro Bowler. But he got stopped by undrafted safety Jarius Monroe. So he's getting stopped by players, fumbling the ball, okay, dropping passes, while Braylon Allen is looking like an absolute stud. I'm just going to say this now. I would not be surprised, and I know it's early, I know it's training camp, but I would not be surprised if Braylon Allen takes over that starting running back job by midseason, or could be even earlier, who knows. Of course, injuries always go into it, right? Always plays a role. And again, I know it's early, I know it's training camp. I'm not going to try to blow it out of proportion. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if Braylon Allen starts getting a lot more snaps as the season progresses and could possibly, potentially, take Bryce Hall's starting job away.
That's a big take right there.
It's a big take.
That's a big take.
It's a big take, but I'm sorry. I mean, I've been saying it when we talk about the umps in the MLB and we talk about players in baseball. It's all about the eye test. It's what I see. I know it's early. I know it's only going to be a week tomorrow, right? We're recording on Monday as we always do. Tomorrow will officially be a week that training camp's been going on. I know it's only been a week, but my eyes tell me what I see recently and what I see consistently. And he doesn't look great. So,
But are you like excited of the fact that Justin Fields, who is a running quarterback, and now you have two good running backs in the backfield? Like, are you excited about like the possibility of them turning heads or people sleeping on them when it comes to that aspect? And it seems like that the Jets don't really have that great of an offensive line as of right now. So I feel like there are going to be a lot of run pass options or QB options. So like, are you excited for that at least?
yeah. No, listen, I think the offensive line is better than people advertise it. I think with the center position of Joe, I know you JMS, you were obviously complaining and upset about how he's been performing this past week in training camp. But I truthfully believe Joe Tippmann is a good center. I think they have good offensive line pieces. Yes, Justin Fields, right? As in, weeks ago when I was giving the two names that I was looking forward to watching, I said Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. He's going to be able to run, right? You have guys slotted on the corners, Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu. I think Armand Membu am I going to say he's going to have a Pro Bowl rookie season? That's very hard to do as tackle position player. So I don't know how well he's going to be. I don't know how good he's going to do. But I do think that with Olu Fashanu, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Armand Membu as the starting five on the line, I think it is going to be an offensive line. Now, again, can Breece Hall put this training camp aside and split the snaps or split the reps with Braylon Allen? Yeah, I could see it for sure. I mean, Breece Hall, since he's gotten there, his stock has only gone up. He's only done, progressively better as the years have gone on, right? Obviously, he even said in a press conference, "Hey, these guys that are now at the front office, they didn't draft me, so they're not expecting me to be their guy. So I got to prove the contract extension." He said all the right words, but you have to show it. And so far, it hasn't been the best week for him. Again, he could recoup. Maybe he recouped today, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? He could easily. It's only been a week. But I'm just saying, Braylon Allen, from what I saw last year and what I've been seeing in training camp, there's always an opportunity for one guy to take the other guy's spot. That's all. But I am excited with Fields and their two-headed monster. Isaiah Davis is another running back they have. He could also get considerable reps. I think he's a good player too. But we'll see. It's early. I'm not going to go crazy, but I just wanted to put that, you know, somewhat maybe lukewarm. Some people may say hot take, but it is a big take. I agree with you.
This is just my opinion. I think when it comes to training camp, it involves more of a passing passing scheme, and I think when you go to the preseason, that's when you can really see how good these running backs could possibly be, because they're not really showing you anything in training camp. It's mostly passing. But once the preseason comes, then they'll be running a lot more, and then I feel like that's where you can really see like these players shine or do bad.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a good point.
Like like the Giants, they got Tyrone Tracy, who showed some promise last year. Now they got out of Arizona round 4, Cam Scatterbo, who went crazy in that bowl game. He really made everyone wake up and be like, hey, like this is who I am, and you guys need to draft me. I'm excited. Um, I know I'm not comparing, but like just the way his play style is, he reminds me of Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah,
Hard, tough runner. He's
yeah,
small, but he's hard to tackle. He can get through the seams. He does have some speed too. Nothing crazy, but he does have speed to him. So them two in the backfield, I like.
yeah. I saw a nice run that Scatterbo had. I believe it was this morning, or it was either yesterday or this morning, and he had a nice run. He looks good. And I mean, listen, Garrett Wilson has quick twitch. He had a nice move on somebody this morning too. He can really move. Malik Neighbors, Scatterbo, Breece Hall can cut well. Braylon Allen can cut well. I mean, both New York teams have skillful players. It's just they have to lock down the quarterback position. And I do agree with you. Yes, it's a lot of passing in training camp. Preseason, when that comes, we'll see a lot more of what they truly are, what they're built for. But I'm just telling you what I see right now, Dom. That's all. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
blow it out of proportion, you know?
Yeah, no, I
So,
feel you.
yeah. Anyway, so that's the NFL for now. That's how that worked with the week in training camp. Now we're moving on to the MLB. Dom, I don't think the Yankees listened to you at all last week.
No, they didn't. What it came down to was defense. Because realistically, the Yankees could have won 2 out of those 3 games against the Blue Jays. But the amount of errors that they had were just unreal. I think they had like 10 or 11 errors in that series.
You serious?
No, not in the I'm sorry. They had 11 errors in 10 games against
There we
Toronto.
go. Okay. I was like,
Against
they had
Toronto
10,
this year.
11 errors in a series. They're like, dude,
Against
they got to
them
get
this
a
year.
new.
Yeah, no, sorry. I missaid that.
Okay. That makes, thank God, my Lord.
It doesn't make any sense on why. The Blue Jays they're doing good this year. Don't get me wrong, but we never had any problems with them ever on the defensive side. If it's ever a problem, it's the offense. But starting last year, something had to happen. I don't get it. Max Fried had an error. Wow, I said his name right. Could you believe this? He had a bad throw, which costed 2 runs. Jazz had a fielding error. Ben Rice bobbled the ball when he's trying to scoop, and Jason Dominguez, he doesn't know anything but to hit. He knows what a baseball bat is. He doesn't know what a glove is. For some reason, he doesn't know how to use a glove or to use his feet to run. He completely overran a ball in left field and then bounced over his head. But he's been like this the whole season. He can't play left field. It's really bad. And now considering now that Judge is hurt, which we'll get into in a little bit, now we're really screwed, which is insane. And Anthony Volpe.
Hey, Tony.
I gotta remove this Italian card from you soon, bro, because this is atrocious what you've been doing. And honestly, I said it before. Will it hurt if we send him down for a bit? What's the holdup?
Alvarez looks great.
Yeah, look at Alvarez.
Alvarez looks
Look at him.
I don't. Sorry to cut you off, Dom. I know this is your segment. We're on the Yankees. I just want to throw this out there.
No, go for it.
Supposedly, okay, and I don't like the ESPN broadcasters. I didn't like them last night, but they were right. Yes, his hitting wasn't great, but his defense was even worse. He looks. I'm not going to say he looks like Pudge Rodriguez, but he looks a lot better than what he did before they sent him down. So
Absolutely.
I agree with you. I think Volpe should be sent down to the minors for a bit.
He absolutely should. He has tied with the most errors in the league. 13. 13.
Wow. That's not good.
Like, I'm going to be talking about after this, Ryan McMahon. They had the same batting average at 217. But the thing is, the reason why we got him is because he can field. And we need fielding. If Volpe was playing great at shortstop, looking like a top shortstop in the AL or in the MLB, we really wouldn't be complaining as much about him. What happened? Didn't he win a Gold Glove? What the hell happened?
I don't know.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, these dudes are looking promising. Like, when it comes to your case, Vientos, he looked like a superstar last year, especially in the postseason. And now he's having this insane year. Insanely bad year, clearly. And for some reason, Aaron Judge is defending Volpe with his life. Now, does someone have a hit on him or something if they send him down or they cut
No,
him?
Dom, he's the
It
captain.
doesn't.
He's the captain, Dom. He's
No,
gonna try to defend his players,
but
his
that's his
teammates.
problem. He does it every single time. You got to hold accountability at least once or a few times.
Well, hold on, Dom. He's holding accountability, but he's not going to hold accountability to the media where now he's going to throw his teammate under the bus by essentially using him to be a scapegoat to show why they're losing. He's probably behind the scenes saying, "Hey, dude, you got to play a little better. If you need extra reps or you need some help or, whatever you need, like, let me know." So I'm sure he's telling him, hey, he's keeping Anthony Volpe accountable. But, dude, if you expect him to say, yeah, we lost, Tony sucks. Hey, Tony, come over here, man. Tell him how much you suck. He's not going to do that. So, like, I'm just saying.
No, like, don't get me wrong. I understand like your point of it, but like when players have struggled with the Yankees when we had different managers, of course you're gonna defend your guy. Of course, you're gonna say some things like, like it's all right or whatever, trying to ease down the situation. Aaron Boone says the same thing every single interview. He's like, "Oh, I think Anthony Volpe is playing good shortstop. I think he's doing good in the field. I think he's a good fielder." Do you not watch the games? You're the manager. If we have any aspirations of going to the World Series, we need fielding. Volpe is not cutting it.
Well, you need pitching, too.
We need everything, clearly.
Pitching, fielding, yeah.
But that our defense crumbled in the World Series, and we didn't even do that well. I wasn't impressed the whole playoffs. Like all these games that we really should have destroyed the Royals and the Indians, they're all close. They were all close games. I know that's last year, but for some reason, we're just repeating every pattern that we had last year to this year. It has to change.
So I just want to clarify those 10, 11 errors you were harping on before.
From the
was
Yankees.
that right? But that's the Yankees just against the Blue Jays?
Just against the Blue Jays.
Okay. I thought I heard that correctly, but then I was trying to yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, it's not like it's good that it makes sense, but just for the point of the episode, did that make sense?
Clearly got him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. I mean, Volpe having 13 errors. I mean, yeah, I don't know what it's going to take, but this is why the Yankees need to change it up. I know we're talking about they need pitching, they need fielding. They, now, you just said Judge is on the IL, right? He's got a right flexor strain on his elbow. Now, they want to put Stanton in. Dom, the last time Stanton played the outfield?
I'm nervous. He's going to get hurt.
No, I want you to answer the question, though. When's the last time Stanton's played the outfield?
2023.
Yeah. We're going on 2 years ago. He played 33 games and split time between right and left field. So, yeah, he's like, I'll be healthy. I'll be good to go. I'll do whatever, Aaron Boone asked me to do. But you're putting out Giancarlo Stanton, 35 years old, hasn't played the outfield consistently in 2 years. I mean, I understand where you're, not just you, a lot of Yankee fans are talking about we need this, we need that. You know what you need? You need a new damn GM. That's what you need.
And
you need a new GM and you need a new manager. We keep on talking. I mean, again, like, folks, we said this in one of the other episodes. Me and Dom are separate New York baseball fans. He's a Yankee fan, I'm a Met fan. But at the end of the day, I would like to see a Subway World Series at some point before I croak. So I would like to see the Yankees actually win and do well because it's good for the city. So please do me a damn favor. Get a new GM and get a new manager because it ain't working. You keep saying, well, we need pitching and we need fielding and Volpe's got this and he's got to get sent. Who makes a decision to switch it up, the lineup, sending guys down, putting guys in the field? batting guy. Yes, they traded for Ryan McMahon. Great fielding. The man is not a great hitter. I saw the Mets strike him out 15 times over every time the Mets played the Rockies earlier this season. And then you also got Ahmed Rosario, who was an ex-Met years ago. The guy is having, honestly, much better than I anticipated season. His stats are actually pretty solid. But at the end of the day, he's always going to regress back to the mean. He's not going to just take off. So they're very minor trades. Defensively, Ryan McMahon's a fantastic pickup defensively. Offensively, he got that double that helped the Yankees win yesterday. Kudos to him. Awesome at bat. So sorry to get on the soapbox of the Yankees, but I'm just saying, I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, we need this trade and this, we need this trade or this change and this and that." You know what you need? You need a new front office.
Yes, we do.
And you need a new manager.
Absolutely. But the thing is, I've been saying this since we started this podcast about Aaron Boone and about Brian Cashman being not good for years. Don't get me wrong, he was great in the past, but I don't know, it seems like he fell off when it comes to his mind or something, because I don't get what happened to him. But the thing is, it's not going to happen. As much as I've wanted this for so long, they are not going to fire Aaron Boone this year. Maybe next year, but it seems highly unlikely for that too, because for some reason, the Yankees have not like a tradition, but like a seemingly odd pattern that these managers stay for at least 10 years.
Uh-huh.
At least 9, 10 years.
I know.
And I mean, we already broke one tradition this year with the facial hair. How about break another one? Because he should have been gone already. Should have been gone last year. He should have been gone this year. But it's not going to happen.
I don't understand. Dom, Brian Cashman has been here before we were even born.
Yep.
He's been here since 1998. Back it up. Be done with it. No GM. What is it? So what's the math on that, Dom? 27 years? Yeah. 27 years. I mean, yes, you got your 5 rings. No, sorry, 4. 4 rings as a GM. But if you take away, if you go from then 2001 to now, it's 1 ring. Okay, you made the World Series in 01 and 03, you lost. Then you only made it in 09 and last year. 09 you won. Last year, you only won 1 game against the Dodgers. But you really should have possibly at least won another, 1 or 2. Who knows if you could have won it all? I don't know. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. But it's time to close up shop, man. I mean, 1998. This man is still here. I mean, how many 3-year contract extensions is he going to get? You got anything else you got to add with the Yankees?
Well, Ryan McMahon. It wasn't like a crazy move, like a blockbuster move that everyone expected. Like, it seemed like we were gonna get Eugenio Suarez from the Diamondbacks, but I'm assuming because he's having an amazing year that they didn't want to give him up. Do I blame them? No, not one bit. But I thought maybe they could have gone for somebody else, like maybe like a Nolan Arenado or something like that. It does make sense in the hindsight of that we need fielding, and he's an amazing fielder. Just these past 2 games, I can't remember when a Yankee fan saw a third baseman play like this. Maybe A-Rod? I'm not even joking. Maybe A-Rod, that the last time we seen someone play this good at third base. Another problem is, though, that he was batting .217, and same with Volpe. They're batting the same. He's played awful this year when it comes to batting. But these past 2 games, he's batting .500, McMahon, and now he moved up his batting average to .222. I know it's nothing. Like, it's only 2 games. Statistically, he's having the worst offensive year of his career. You can only hope for that. Now he's going to be on a hopefully playoff team when it comes to these Yankees. I'm not going to say fully playoff team yet, and playing there and just a change of scenery. Like a winning culture, even though we haven't won in mad long, but like that's we do have a culture that people do want to be a part of.
Yeah, but you were going to relate the New York Yankees culture to the Colorado Rockies. Of course, he's going to a
Yeah,
winning culture,
obviously.
100%. Colorado Rockies. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're the worst.
what they've had, one World Series appearance, 2007. Granted, they were an expansion team early 90s, but come on, let's not relate the Colorado Rockies.
No, yeah, of
Winning,
course.
winning culture. That's crazy. Rockies to Yankees winning culture. That's pathetic. But um, we'll talk about trade deadline predictions in a bit. But I'm gonna talk about the Mets week, and the week was fantastic. I mean, they really just shut my fat trap up. And they went 6-0 on the week. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Bottom of the order has now come alive. I mean, this is the Ronny Mauricio that I was fully expecting. This this is the Ronny Mauricio that even me and my brother's friend Jordan held out on. He does dynasty baseball, and he got him in 2020 and has kept him for all of these years. I'm sure he got him a ton of points in the baseball dynasty league that he's in last night. 4 for 4, right? An RBI double, a solo homer, awful call by ESPN broadcasting, but whatever. I'm here for wins, not for how good the call was. So that was nice to see. 4 for 4, a single, right, a double, a home run, and I believe it was actually two doubles. Yeah, it was. I think it was two doubles, a single, and a homer. And he looked fantastic. This was hands down the best first base defensive performance of Pete Alonso's career this weekend. He saved so many errors, and he won the game for the Mets and saved Edwin Diaz's bacon, as the good old Gary Cohen would say, saved his bacon Saturday night with that leaping catch to win 2-1. I mean, I thought their catcher, who's batting, God, Mendoza line numbers, he's got to be batting what I believe 210. But Pete Alonso, hands down, had the best defensive performance in a series I've ever seen in his whole entire career. That was Keith Hernandez Gold Glove worthy defense. This man, I honestly believe, next to Paul Goldschmidt with the Yankees, I think those two are easily the best, and Freddie Freeman. Those three guys are the best scoopers at first base. I mean, they can pick it out the dirt better than anybody. And he was just constantly saving everyone's throws, and preserved errors the whole entire series. Pete Alonso is slumping a bit, hitting wise, not the best weekend, but defensive wise, he definitely did a great job. The top half of the order now is starting to slump a bit. Lindor, he had to break out of an 0 for 30, 0 for 31. That he's still not totally back. He didn't have the best. He didn't have the best Giant series. He didn't have the best performance in the Giant series. He did hit a home run, but the bottom half of the order, these kids are finally starting to come around. It's great to see with Ronny, Brett Beatty. He had a couple of poor at bats. He had that check swing double play yesterday that was terrible, but he's hitting. Francisco Alvarez looks like a totally changed player. This is why Dom was saying send Volpe down, folks, because they sent Alvarez down. His defense looks better, and this man finally went back to hitting. And this is the Francisco hitting it hard, hitting it deep, showing the power, showing the reason why he was a number one prospect for the Mets for so long. I mean, he really roped the ball last night, and this is why Volpe needs to go down. Seeing how Alvarez has been playing now since he's been called back up, Volpe needs to get sent down, Dom.
He absolutely does. It's just crazy on why they won't. Is he like the golden child that they're trying to save and nurture or something? That's what it seems like. They're
I don't know.
protecting him with everything.
I don't know.
If
But
it's
it's time to
Boone
send him down.
or maybe it's like the higher ups, they're like, we can't do this. He's too like much of a fan favorite or whatever. But for right now, he's not. everyone's despising him right now.
Yeah. No, it's
It's
crazy.
time.
It's
It's time for
crazy.
him to go.
Yeah. But Brian Cashman needs to send him down. It's getting a little ridiculous. But Francisco Alvarez had a great series. He's been hitting the ball. Juan Soto got that go ahead homer going opposite field. That was great to see last night as well. I mean, I'm just looking at the numbers for Francisco Alvarez last night. Single, double, okay, struck out and then grounded out, but 2 for 4. Saturday, the night before, right? Just looking at because he really he had some great games and his defense was good. First at bat tripled, all right, grounded into a double play that wasn't great, but walked, grounded out. So 1 for 3, and then I believe he also played Friday because there was no afternoon game, so Luis Torrens didn't have to spot him for a game, day game after a night game, nothing like that. Okay, he went 1 for 4, but still had he looks better. He had a solid series. He definitely looks better. Um, Mauricio, like I said, got that game tying homer off their all-star reliever, Randy Rodriguez. Randy Rodriguez came into the game. He had like a .82 ERA. I mean, this guy doesn't give up a hit. He doesn't walk anybody. I mean, his walk rate is like 5%. I mean, the league average is 7, and he's at 5%. I mean, that's insane. So great at bat by Ronny Mauricio. Traveled at almost 400 feet, landed in McCovey Cove. So that was awesome to see. I've been an advocate for Ronny Mauricio for God knows how long, for years. And it was a great series. The Angels series was great as well. They took that over. They almost lost the game on Monday, but they ended up pulling that out. They won 7-5. Some clutch hits from Juan Soto, that 2-run single that tied it 5-5. The Angels, we said last episode, folks, they're a sneaky team. We didn't really know, what we were going to expect, but I didn't think they were going to, let alone go 7 straight and go 6-0 on the week. I didn't think they were going to sweep the Angels. That's hard to sweep any team. I don't care who you are in the league. But it was a great week for the Mets. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's looking good. They're going to be playing 9:40 tonight. Now a couple more only tonight and tomorrow. Some late games against the Padres in San Diego, and then Wednesday's a 4 o'clock game, and then they're off on Thursday. We'll get into weekly predictions after we now talk about possible trade predictions. Dom, do you have any trade predictions that the Yankees could possibly do this week? Because of course today's Monday, trade deadline is on Thursday, so it's trade deadline. It used to close at 4 p.m. Now it's done at 6. So now they pushed it back an extra couple hours. That's great. An extra 2 hours that players have to stress eat to see if they're going to get traded or not. Feel bad for them, but now it's 6 p.m. Trade deadline closes. So do you have a trade prediction? I know the Yankees already made a couple trades, but do you see any other trade moves or players that they could possibly pick up on the horizon going into the 31st deadline?
There's a rumor going around that possibly that the Yankees are looking at relief pitcher Jake Bird from the Colorado Rockies. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about him, but just reading off his stats, he has a 4.05 ERA, 1.41 WHIP. He's thrown 53 innings so far. He's walked 21 batters and had 62 strikeouts. I mean, it seems not terrible, not great. But obviously, you can hope that if we do get him, that he will get better when it comes to the change of scenery, and also playing at Coors Field is probably one of the hardest places to play when it comes to that air.
Oh, yes.
Balls just flying out of there like crazy. I feel like that's probably a reason why pitchers, like star pitchers, don't want to go there. I mean, you can't blame them. Honestly, it seems like they always have a decent like chance hitting when it comes to their players that they get, or if they're there for a while, then they get used to it, then they start being a star of their own over there in Colorado. But they don't really get any star pitchers there ever, unless they draft them or something. It seems like that's the only way they're gonna have to do it. But we do need relief help. I'm just glad that Devin Williams has gotten better after that horrendous start in April and the beginning of May.
Thank
But it
God.
seems like he's came into his own,
Mhm.
and it definitely helped when he got sat. when he was being the hold guy in the 8th innings. That definitely helped him. But with Luke Weaver, when he got hurt, he had to go back, and seems like he hasn't gone back since. I mean, it was looking really bad. And also, he was on my fantasy team, and he screwed me this whole year. My season's over. Playoffs, not even a chance. I think I have like a 2% chance. So that's gone. So thank you for that, Devin Williams. But we do need relief help. And honestly, it wouldn't hurt getting a starting pitcher either. I mean, at this rate, Brian Cashman, I have no faith in you anymore. I really don't. I don't know who you can get. It seems like, every year the past, well, not even last year, but throughout most of his tender, we would get the top guys. Now it seems like the top guys don't even want to come to us anymore. They're going to LA, they're going to the Mets even. Like we're not even really the big dogs in our town no more. I hate to say it, but it's true.
People would have some retort on that one. People would beg to differ, but I mean, listen, I'm not going to disagree with you. The Yankees they got to do they got to do something, right? They definitely need bullpen help. Listen, the Mets still need bullpen help. They got Gregory Soto who debuted last night. He looked great. Don't get me wrong, but they still need a couple relievers. I think that'd be a good pickup for the Yankees, Dom. I know those stats that ERA over 4 is not pretty, but the guy change of scenery. I do firmly believe that change of scenery does play a big part in pitchers' performances. Really, any player, hitter, pitcher, whatever. But that would be a good pickup for their bullpen. Devin Williams coming back into form is huge. I said it to my friend Matt a while back. I said, hey, I think he's going to have a turnaround at some point. I went to the game back in May when I was watching the Knicks playoff game against the Celtics, and I believe it was Yankees Padres, and Devin Williams essentially pulled a rabbit out of his hat. It was bases loaded. He was in a big jam and he got out of it. I think he's going to really figure it out. I still have a lot of faith in him, but that'd be a good pickup. Bird would be a good pickup. And what is his full name again? You said
Jake Bird.
Jake Bird. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think that'd be a good pickup. So that would be good for the Yankees. For the Mets, trade predictions. So I'm just going to start it off with this. I do not want to hear, read, or see anything that says Mark Vientos for Luis Robert Jr. Don't want to see it. That is a god-awful trade prediction. And that is an awful trade proposal.
That's not good at all.
Dom, I'm just gonna quickly read to you Luis Robert Jr. splits. Robert, whatever you want to call him. I don't want him. Okay, I'm just gonna read it to you. Yeah, they're not good. They're just not good.
They're not.
Versus lefties, okay, has good numbers. Okay, he's got a 294 average, a 422 on base percentage, a 544 slug, and a 966 OPS. Great numbers. Now flip it. Okay, flip it. And I honestly think your dog Molly could probably play better. Batting a 179 average, on base percentage 249, slug 280, and OPS of a 529.
Sounds like I'm better than him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my 13-year-old cousin would probably have better numbers than Luis Robert Jr. against righties. There's no way you can trade Mark Vientos, a guy that hit 27 homers in limited action last season and looked like a complete stud in the playoffs last year, setting record numbers as a Mets playoff position player. And you're going to say, yeah, we'll give you Vientos for Luis Robert Jr. Are you freaking out of your mind? Billy's like, well, he's 2 years removed from 38 homers, and he plays stellar center field, and he's got 2 more years of team control. I mean, I might as well keep Tyrone Taylor then, because Tyrone Taylor can play center field, right? He had a solid year last year. Yeah, okay, he didn't make the All-Star team or have 38 homers, but dude, that's 2 years ago. It wasn't even last year. It was 2 years ago.
Exactly.
I'm not trading, and Luis Robert Jr., even with those good numbers against lefties, still strikes out a ton. I'm not trading Mark Vientos for Luis Robert. The only situation or the only trade proposal that I would do is Drew Gilbert for Luis Robert Jr. straight up. Drew
That's
Gilbert
fine.
is a number 12 prospect in the Mets system. He could get called up any day now, but we don't know how he's going to react in up here in the major leagues. He strikes out a fair amount, but so does Robert Jr. And I don't know what he's going to be in the major leagues, but I'm not giving you a bag of chips more than just Drew Gilbert. You're getting Drew Gilbert, and that's it. You don't like it? Take care. Get off my phone line. I'm not trading anybody else for Luis Robert Jr. So that proposal I'm okay with. But the one that I really would like to see, and this is, Mark Vientos and 3 prospects, but one of the 3 is kind of a kicker. I would trade Mark Vientos, Jet Williams, their number 1 prospect, Jacob Reimer, their number 6 prospect. He could play third base and outfield. He's in Double-A right now. And the kicker is Blade Tidwell for Joe Ryan of the Twins. That trade I would do. That I would do. Because I'll at least give them a pitcher back who has already pitched in the major leagues twice this year. Okay. Yeah, maybe not great, but I think he's got room for improvement, and he could be a solid, if not starter, reliever out of the pen, maybe pitch more than 1 inning, because he's already done that twice already this year. Mark Vientos, he got a big hit the other night this past weekend. I think like you said, with the right change of scenery, I think it'll work. You can put him as a DH. You don't have to put him as a third base defensive liability. And Jacob Reimer can hit. He could play multiple positions. He's versatile. He's been doing well with Double-A, and he's their number 6 prospect. And then, of course, Jet Williams is number 1. But that trade I would be perfectly fine with. Joe Ryan was an all-star pitcher last year. He's got under a 3 ERA. He's been good. So that's a trade proposal I would do. Your thoughts on that?
I would definitely do that. Doesn't seem like too much at all. It seems fair.
I think so.
It definitely seems fair. With Luis Robert, it doesn't make sense either what happened to him. All-star, was great in the home run derby those a few years ago. I just think that's probably another thing, a change of scenery. That's just another terrible. That's another terrible franchise who has no motivation at all to win, at all. It seems like that he just gave up, because it's not like it's like a mechanical problem or anything like that. You know, it's not like he changed up his swing, or it's not like he really got like too much of a significant injury for like his batting to really be off. He did have some injuries in the past, but anything too crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, it could be an option for the right trade package.
I'm telling you right now, the only way I'm taking Luis Robert Jr. on this team is for Drew Gilbert straight up. That's it.
That's it.
I'm not giving up anybody else. If you say, well, how about
nobody.
Click.
Nope.
Click.
No one else.
Click it.
Yep.
Hang up the phone.
Exactly.
No good. But Joe Ryan, the Mets are reportedly they're looking for a 1 to 3 starter. Joe Ryan would be fantastic. And I think that's a fair trade. Jacob Reimer can hit, and he's their number 6 prospect. He's even higher than their first baseman. I can't believe I forget his name. Ryan Clifford. Ryan Clifford's 7. Jacob Reimer is 6. And Jet Williams, the number 1 prospect. Vientos, we know what he can do. And I'll throw in Blade Tidwell as a kicker so that you at least get some sort of, high upside pitcher back. I think he's got potential to improve. Now, Dom mentioned to me that teams are looking at Starling Marte. I would trade Starling Marte, another straight up trade. I would do Starling Marte either for Sir Anthony Dominguez, because the Mets still need, I think, one or two more relievers in the bullpen. They also need bullpen help, not just the Yankees. Sir Anthony Dominguez for Starling Marte or Ryan Helsley. Now, both of these guys are good pitchers. Now, they both walk guys, but Sir Anthony Dominguez strikes out a lot of guys. So does Helsley. Looking at their numbers, I'll just look at the last 15 games. Helsley's got a 3 ERA, 17 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, but 18 strikeouts, a 1.33 whip. And then you have Sir Anthony Dominguez last 15 games. He's 0-2, but he's got a 1.8 ERA. He's only got 14 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 walks, and 20 strikeouts, a 1.47 whip. So both of these guys have around pretty close to their ERAs. Right now, Dominguez is a 3.24, and Helsley is a 3. So I would give Starling Marte up for one of those two guys as a straight up trade. But that's really all I would do it for. Starling Marte has been hitting great recently. He's really, his value has increased, and he's been playing pretty well. Would I want to trade him? Probably not. He's a good DH right now. He's a good part-time player. But that's really all I would do. I think Joe and Duran, their closer from the Twins, would just, I think it would cost too much. I think it'd be a bit easier, just a little bit easier than, say, trying to go for like a Cade Smith over in Cleveland. And then, me and Dom found out today that Emmanuel Clase is now under investigation. So he's on non-disciplinary paid leave. And that reportedly off of the MLB paperwork, they're saying that that's going to go to August 31st. So forget about now Clase. I had it written down here before I found out. Maybe pick up the phone about Clase, but who cares what the package is? He's not going anywhere now, unfortunately. I mean, very dumb.
What would your take be, or on a potential trade package for Cedric Mullins?
No good.
You wouldn't want him at all.
Nah, I'm done with that. I'm done with that because honestly, from what I've been seeing, from what I've been reading, the guy is just. You said it, Dom. You hit the nail on the head recently. He's a streaky player. I mean, even watching him against the Mets, he didn't do great. He was striking out again, swinging at pitches way in the dirt. It's just, I don't know, man. If they don't get a center fielder, it is what it is. I mean, I would love then Drew Gilbert to get an opportunity. If you get Luis Robert, like I said, here we go again. I would only give up Drew Gilbert. That's it, straight up. But, for guys that they could get for the bullpen, it would either be Helsley or Sir Anthony Dominguez. Cade Smith is going to require too much. If Emmanuel Clase wasn't under investigation, he would require too much. But, the only package that the Guardians would take is something where they won, clearly. They would win. So I'm not going to deal with that. And the Mets are also interested in second baseman Brandon Lowe, according to Joel Sherman. So we'll see. But I would say the big ticket item that I would love for the Mets to trade for is Joe Ryan from the Twins.
That's great. That would definitely help a lot.
Yeah, it would. It would. So now weekly predictions. Dom, what do you see the Yankees doing this week?
I'm sorry. Right before we do that, I just gotta say 2 more things about the Yankees.
Okay.
I saw yesterday and this morning just the word potential. Keyword potential. The fact that it is even out there that the Yankees could potentially trade Spencer Jones. You better give me Ty Cobb. You better give me Ted Williams from the dead. You better give me somebody like that. But you know something? There's nobody like that. Nobody. I swear to Christ, if they give up Spencer Jones, I am not becoming a fan of this team anymore. I don't care. Call me emotional.
Wow.
Whatever.
Wow.
I don't care. You must be out of your goddamn mind if you do this.
Well,
His
Dom,
stats.
we generally record these episodes for quality assurance. So just so you know, you're on a recorded line here. You're
Thanks.
saying that if he gets traded, you're no longer a Yankee fan.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Even he should be called up, by the way.
I know.
He should be called up already. That's number one.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
AA and AAA, his stats. Batting .314, 29 home runs, 57 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, OPS 1.117. AAA played 19 games, 94 at-bats. He has 27 hits, 6 home runs, 13 runs, 25 runs batted in, 6 stolen bases, a batting average of .400.
Wow.
You're going to give that up?
Nope. Nope. No way. No, you can't. There's no way.
Just the word potential got me fuming last night. Fuming.
I don't blame
And the
you.
fact that I still saw it this morning, I don't care if it's smoke and mirrors. Whoever writes these articles should go to jail. They should go to jail, get arrested because they're frauds in life. That's the first thing I got to say. Number two, with Aaron Judge, they say that it's possibly a minimum of 10 games that he'll miss. It's just such a shame that we're in such a bad place that he's going to have to come back early just so he can DH. You still got to hit. You still got to use your elbows to hit.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, it's not like he's just a pitcher.
Uh-huh. Right.
It's honestly so sad that he can't even really fully recover. He's going to have to come back early just to hit. It's not no crazy damage when it came from the MRI and the X-rays and everything, so that's good. Just like a strain, but still. And you're really gonna try and I have to do a prediction on these Yankee games now.
Yes,
now that
you do.
Aaron Judge is out.
Yes, you do. It's part of the process.
It's like everything has gone terribly wrong. On paper, before the season started, we thought, we're a way better team than last year, and we made the World Series. I think we're worse. We're absolutely worse.
Okay, well,
But let me chill out for a second.
yeah.
What do you think about the Mets? What do you think about their record for the week?
So
I gotta take a minute and
no problem.
before I lose
No
my
problem.
goddamn mind.
You take your time, my friend. So the Padres and then the Giants again. That's the thing. The Giants come to New York this weekend. Mets are off on Thursday. Yankees have a 7-game week, by the way, Dom. They play the Rays 4 times. I just had to check.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that slip up that we did a few weeks ago before. It's a shame that Judge isn't around. But the Mets, they have the Padres for 3, and then they have the Giants for 3. The Giants come to New York, so they play them again. So what is that? 6 games in 6 out of the 9 games, Giants. But the Padres, the thing is I don't know, man. Frankie Montas and Clay Holmes, I think they win the game against Sean Manaea tomorrow. But I don't know, man. Montas and Holmes, that's tough. I don't know. Montas, he gets hit hard, and especially when he can't throw his off-speed pitches, he gets hit fairly hard. So, for the whole week, I'm honestly going to say, I hate to say it, I'll say that they take 2 out of 3 against the Padres. Which game do they lose? I'm actually going to say it's going to be tonight, and they'll win the next 2. And then the Giants, I'll say they go 4-2. Giants will get a win, but I think the Mets win the series. So I'll say 4-2. They'll go 4-2, and Senga has got to look a little better. I don't know. Senga to me doesn't look like a true ace right now. He's a little erratic. He's a bit wild. Matt Chapman got to him last night twice, 2 homers, a solo homer and a 2-run homer. Those are the only runs they scored last night, losing 5-3. Giants are in a bad way too right now. They have not been winning. They're on a losing skid. So I think they go 4-2, but hopefully you cooled off. I didn't give you a ton of time, but try to give me a reasonable prediction for the week for the Yankees.
I mean, the Rays, they've gotten better from this like beginning of the year. Even though they're 500 right now, they're 53-53. And then we got Cam Schlittler tonight, which I'm actually really excited for. I'm really excited about this kid. Um, Based off his first game, I think there's something special there. Um, he throws hard. He has good stuff, and we don't really have like real hard throwing pitchers, like really ever. I mean, yeah, we had Cole, but even last year, like his fastball decreased in speed, like 3 miles an hour at least. And then like now when he comes back, we don't know how he's going to be after that. Free doesn't really throw that hard, really at all, or Rodon. They're like 95. So like it's nothing ain't too crazy. Like 95 is the new 90 now, which is insane. Schlittler, I'm hoping we get a win tonight. I think that we can get a win against him, even though we're going against Rasmussen.
Oh, Rasmussen, he's good.
Rasmussen, he is
That's
good.
gonna be tough.
He has a 2.93 ERA, 7-5. Just to benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna give it to Schlittler on that one. The thing is, we're gonna do good pitching wise. We're gonna also go against Fried is the game after that, then Warren, and then Stroman. You guys already know how I feel about Stroman. I think he's terrible. He's not good. He should have been gone. He shouldn't have came back. We should have got rid of him or cut him or something. But the thing is, I know that we're not gonna be able to trade him. Who the hell's gonna want him?
Nobody.
And let's say they did, they'd send him down to the minors immediately. I'll give them 2 games. 2 games out of the Rays just because they got Fried and Schlittler pitching.
Okay.
I'm trying to be reasonable here. I'm trying my hardest because the defense is terrible, and now we don't have Judge as a fielder or a hitter.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't. That's the best I'm gonna do. But then with that series, but then the next series they're going up against the Marlins.
I know they are. They have been playing well,
and we're playing at Miami. The fact that we could possibly get swept against the Marlins.
That's crazy. I don't think that's the case.
The way they're playing, and now Judge hurt, so we're gonna have Dominguez in left field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so tough. Because no matter what I say, I'm gonna be wrong anyway. So, because the Yankees don't like me this year, I'll give. You know what? I'll give him the first game against the Marlins. Rodon really has been pitching good the past 2 games. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, he goes down to Miami. That nice, beautiful weather. He'll be good. He'll be good. I'll give him that game. That's it.
All right.
So 3 out of the 7 games.
So you're gonna say 3-4.
Yep, 3-4.
Okay. All right. 3-4. We'll see what happens. I mean, good thing you obviously can read. I can't. I thought it was the freaking Red Sox. I guess ESPN app was throwing me a curveball there. But all right, 3-4. I think the Mets go 4-2. So that's the predictions. Last thing we'll say for the MLB. So this one was a doozy. I read it on Yahoo Sports. It was reported by Jeff Passan. This was something else, but this is how I feel it's going to be after the CBA is up, after the 2026 season. But man, when I read this, I was like, wow. This is one hell of a post.
I'm like, finally someone did something.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm sure the folks read this already, maybe not, but this is wild. So Rob Manfred came into the locker room of the Phillies, okay? And he was chatting about possibly the MLB having a salary cap. And Bryce Harper wasn't at it. And he essentially hit him with, get the F out of our clubhouse if you're going to talk about that. And Rob Manfred has expressed time and time again about possibly having a salary cap. I know the owners want it, the players absolutely do not. And Bryce Harper didn't want to know about it. And I agree with, the people saying, hey, if there's a salary cap, there's going to be a lockout. I agree. I don't see there ever being a salary cap in baseball. And Bryce Harper shot that down real fast. Said, get the F out of here, man. Gotta keep it family friendly show. Get the F out of here. We don't want to, you want to talk about salary cap? You go do it somewhere else. We don't want to hear that. So that was crazy, Don, when I read that this morning.
I mean, even though you're a Met fan or any other fan in the NL East or anything, I mean, maybe the Nationals don't like this guy, but it's really hard not to like Bryce Harper. As a player or even as a person, he always stands his ground no matter what. He doesn't care about anyone else's opinion. Like he stands, as they say, stands on business when it comes to things like this. And if it had to be someone, I'm not surprised that it was Bryce Harper that did this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see a salary cap coming. It's just it's not going to work for the players. I know the owners want it, but it's all starting to come because of Steve Cohen with all of his money and his net worth and being able to buy virtually whoever he wants. Even though I know Yankee fans are like, oh, he didn't get that guy. Oh, I thought he could get everybody. Relax, all right. It's just monetarily he could get if they agree to it. He could buy whoever would want a big contract.
By the way, I don't claim all Yankee fans because there's so many dumb Yankee fans out there.
I know.
So many stupid Yankee fans.
I agree with you. I get it. I know.
Hey, you guys aren't in the clear either, by the way. You guys aren't in the clear either. But Yankee fans, I'm talking about Yankee fans, there's a whole lot of dumb ones out there.
Yeah, no. Listen, Mets fans too. Mets fans included. Some Mets fans are dumb as rocks as well. I mean, there are just some fans who are just outlandish and they just say the craziest things. But that was that from the crazy post that we read this morning. So the NBA free agency, it's definitely cooled down, with the, moving on to the NBA. The free agent signings, the trades, it's definitely, taken a bit of a simmer. I think Shams could actually get some rest now, possibly, but who knows? As an analyst for off-season news, it's tough to get any rest nowadays. But Billy Donovan signs a multi-year deal with the Bulls. But according to Yahoo Sports, Bulls will be releasing Nikola Vucevic if a trade is not done. Billy Donovan, 195 wins, 205 losses in the 5 years he's been coaching the Bulls. I mean, the guy's a trooper. They extended him. They don't want him going anywhere. I don't blame him. Trying to find somebody else to fill that position with the young players and the decent roster that they have for this upcoming season. I mean, one playoff appearance for the Bulls while Billy Donovan was there so far. Now he's going to be there for however long it is. I don't think Shams came out with any more details about Billy Donovan's contract. But listen, I think it's the right move for the Bulls. He's going to be entering his sixth season for 2025-26. And, again, it's just, it's I think it's a good decision by the Bulls. The Knicks were pursuing him for a little bit, but I think it's a good idea. But the Nikola Vucevic thing, I mean, I remember we were thinking about trading for him, February 2024, or even this past February, the last couple of years, and they didn't. But yeah, they want to trade, and if not, they're going to release him. So it's pretty wild, but that's what the front office of the Bulls want to do.
It really sucks because he would fit on that Knicks team so well.
He would.
He really would.
He would.
We've been saying it, like you said, for the past 2 seasons. This season that just passed and the season before. Imagine like him starting and then like Mitch is the backup. That's an insane duo right there. Clearly, we can't get him this year because we barely got any money. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, for the right reasons, but
of
yeah,
course,
that would he can shoot too. It would have been another great 3-point shooting center, and he can defend as well. But that's just a couple of news in the NBA. Again, it's definitely cooled down. Finally, yeah, for Shams Sharania's sake. But last thing we're gonna say before we close out the pod today is Dom, you're gonna give a Knicks offseason grade of how they've done, with hiring Mike Brown, bringing in Gershon Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson. So what grade would you give them for this offseason so far?
I give him a B plus. It's nothing, anything spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
but it's players of need that we got. Jordan Clarkson, obviously the main guy that we got this year. He can give you 16 to 20. When you really need it, possibly even more, like when maybe 25, possibly like on a good night for him. We need it. Clearly, the bench was not used right at all last year. I mean, I know that we're like projecting that like Mike Brown is going to be using more of the bench, but we don't know how much yet, clearly, because the season didn't start yet or preseason or anything. Yeah, because we really didn't need a whole lot. And obviously now we got Yabusele. He's gonna be nice for us. I mean, you gotta pray that Kolek plays. You gotta hope that maybe Dadier gets some minutes. Even McCullers Jr., who looked insane summer league. I mean, clearly we talked about Tyler Kolek playing god awful in Vegas, but it's over now. Like we said, he's a floor general. He can run the floor. He can pass. He can score if he wants to. I think that he's learned a lot from Jalen Brunson, just off the fact that if you just watch him play, he looks somewhat similar. It seems like that he looks for the right plays at all times. So I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Plus.
Okay. So B plus officially. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe the Knicks can still get one more veteran, right? I think they have one more vet minimum
One more
contract.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and they sign. I believe they're going to sign Diawara, that second round pick. But one more spot. I would say right now I'd give it close to the same grade. I give it an A minus because I want to see what they do with that vet minimum spot. If they fill it correctly, I give them an A because they got the right coach. They got a couple of great bench pieces. One guy that I really vouched for back in February, and Gershon Yabusele. I think he's going to be great off the bench. They did a interview with him. I forget when. It was a while back. I shouldn't say a while back, but it was a couple weeks ago, around the time that he signed with them. So 2-3 weeks ago, and he was saying, "Hey, it's a great fit. It's a winning culture. It's the Knicks. I would love to do whatever's asked of me to help them win." So I give them an A minus. I want to see what they do with the last vet minimum contract, that last spot, and if they fill it correctly, I give them an A. And that's just how I see their offseason has gone. So, anything else, Dom, you would say before I wrap up here about the pod today?
I'm not expecting a whole lot anymore from the Yankees at
Well,
all.
clearly.
Clearly. With this trade deadline, I wouldn't be surprised they don't even get anyone else. To be honest. And I'm just reminding everyone again, it's only training camp when it comes to football. I'm going to keep saying it and saying it. It's only training camp. I am not going to be optimistic at all with anything. As a Giants fan, I don't know if any other fan base, maybe it works out for them. Everyone's so optimistic in training camp, and then when the actual season comes, it's a completely different team, and everything crumbles. Plus, we have the hardest schedule in the league. All I'm hoping for, I'm not hoping to make the playoffs. I'm hoping for at the end of the season, the last 2 or 3 games, we could potentially make the playoffs. At least potentially. You know what I mean? Like maybe if we win a game and then like other teams lose, then we can possibly sneak in. I just want to be competitive. I want to see close games. I just don't want to see us getting blown out. If we lose, but if it's a good fight, I'll take it when it comes to this year for the Giants.
Okay.
How about you?
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Jets are they're gonna show some fight, I believe. I think Aaron Glenn is really, putting his stamp very clearly with his culture. I think he's doing a good job so far these past 5-6 days in camp. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys respond to Aaron Glenn and the new front office and see how they play, because that's always the biggest thing. How does the team respond to new owner, to not new ownership, obviously, but new front office reps and new coaches, new coaching staff. So, yeah, I want the Jets to be competitive too. Like you said, you lose, but put up a good fight. That's okay. And that me and Damo don't expect our football teams to make the playoffs this year. And I do want the Mets to trade for a Joe Ryan type, make at least one big splash that really shows, hey, we're in it to try to win it all and really get there. But like we always say, every episode on this pod, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. And
That's right.
that's really all we could say at this point. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to today's episode of the FTB podcast on either YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss any of our shows. See you folks next Monday. Peace.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.